But it's not going to happen because the people of the Most High that are of the elect, that are of these tribes, whether they be of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, or the so-called Puerto Ricans, the Brazilians, I'm about to say Australians, which is not Australians, but you do have Israelites among the Australians, but they're not Israelites.
Yeah, hey, and check this out. Now, sister, brother, because I was pondering on this yesterday. All right, because now you got that Olympic bullshit or whatever. That's a heathenistic thing that was going on. But you know what that shows you? Everything we've been telling you, that Israel is scattered throughout all the nations, man. Now you got Australian teams, in particular. You got the Australian. I'll start with the basketball team they got. Majority of them motherfuckers is straight up Jakes. They got one dude, which, a lot of Jakes, the brother was put me on to, a lot of Jakes went back to Australia, moved to Benjamin.
And you got a West Indian area.
West Indian population out there. But then you got motherfuckers, so you know that they, like anybody, mixed. But you got straight up motherfuckers that look like they crackers or whatever. And when you see the way they act and their whole spirit is Israelites. So you got Israelites up there too. All right, even though, but we dealing in this lesson, we more so focusing on the fact that the so-called Indian tribes, Native American Indian tribes, the North American Indian, the Peruvian Indians, the Aztec Indians, so forth and so on. Those are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. So that's what we're focusing on. But keep in mind that you got them spread throughout the whole world.
Hey, there's plenty of lessons we could do to show you that.
That's right. Now I got a scripture that the brother called because the brother said, speaking, going back to the time of Zerubbabel, how they had the sword in one hand and a hammer or a building instrument in the other hand, and then the brother said, "What we still building, right?" So now I'm gonna read 1 Corinthians 3, and I'll get straight to the point. Verse 9, it says, "For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry, ye are the Most High's building. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation," it says, "and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua."
That's right. Now jump to the 16th verse.
Now verse 16, it says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy, for the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are."
And right now, that's what's being built, is a temple of Israel, which is spiritual, which is the tribes coming back together, which we're going to get that. Somebody got Amos, right? Okay, read that in our 1 Peter.
1 Peter 2 and
5.
1 Peter 2 and 5. It says, "Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house, and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua."
Right. So basically, that's the tribes being built back up, because that spiritual house is Israel. Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. And you see that happening, like the Lord said, He's going to do it right before your eyes. You see it happening when you see brothers in the LA camp. You see brothers in the Texas camp. You see brothers in the Florida, down there in the Florida camp. You see brothers in Arkansas, right? Them brothers in Nebraska. Then you see brothers in England. See brothers in Canada.
Australia.
Australia. It's a brother, or Alaska. Alaska, all right? Slovenia. You see all them brothers waking up, and they from these different tribes. So you see that being brought together right before your eyes. Chicago, Chi-Town, which that's heavy that the Lord put the Spirit on them brothers to go into this topic as well. You see?
Right.
Yeah, and even as we speak right now, there's people from South America that's sending messages to the Apurando el Dia site, and asking questions, sincere questions. Some of them are mocking, but some of them are really asking sincere questions. If you say that this is that, the indigenous people say that this, and they'll make a point, they'll make a counterpoint, and they'll ask questions, and we've been hitting them with answers, concerning the scriptures. So basically what's happening is the Most High is waking up, starting to slowly wake up the so-called Latin tribes too. So it's all coming together. Where you at, brother?
I got Amos.
Who was reading?
But not did he finish? That was it on that?
Yeah.
All right, I got Amos for you.
Yeah, let's read this real quick and then we'll jump.
Okay, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, 9 verse 11. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen."
Right, it's talking about right now. It started back 2,000 years ago, because when you go back 2,000 years ago, during the time of the apostles and the Lord, Paul, Timothy, and them, what was happening was the tribes were being built back up, because that was the beginning of the Israelite foreigners being brought into the fold. But now when you go and you update it till today, this is talking about all the tribes today coming together. And it's funny how the Lord made something called the internet to get the word out. And the word is going out throughout the four corners of the earth, and the Most High is gathering all the tribes from the four corners of the earth. But right now, the main hub, so to speak, is the so-called Americas and the Caribbean islands, because this is where all the tribes are at right now. So read on, brother.
Right, Kun. And there's a footnote when it speaks about the house of David. The house of David didn't just consist of Judah. Right. It consists, you go into I got scriptures, but we ain't gonna keep veering off. But it's scriptures that back up what we're saying. The house of David consisted of all the 12 tribes. All right, and it wasn't just Judah. You had the Gadites, which were the army, Manasseh, Reuben, Ephraim. That was all the house of David. Remember, the nation wasn't split into two kingdoms at that time.
Right. It wasn't until after King Solomon, during the time of Rehoboam and Jeroboam, when the kingdom was split, the two factions of the kingdom. That's why it said that the Lord will raise up the tabernacles of David, which is fallen. Read that again.
That's right. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof." And how are those breaches being closed up? Through the Lord using us to bring out this information. How the Lord's revealing all this information that's been hid about how the other tribes, they were doing the same thing that Judah and them was doing. Because why? They all go back to the same people, Israel. Right?
That's right. And then you notice these same guys that say that the Latin tribes ain't Israelites, if you ask them, then who is all the different tribes? Who's Ephraim? Who's Manasseh? Who's Reuben? Who's Gad? Break them down. Who are they today? How are these people going to be built up if you don't know who the hell they are? Or they're just black people? Okay, who? Where? Who in particular? Because of the fact is that the Spirit of the Lord worked on Ariah, a high priest Ariah, which a lot of you guys out there hate. The man is going off right now, but he's going to come back, because of who he is in the spirit. But the Lord gave him the breakdown of all the tribes and where they were at, and where they were located, and the customs and the things that they would be doing. So the 12 tribes that are identified. These guys, they can't identify the other 10 tribes or 9 tribes outside of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
And I just want to say one more quick thing, too, since the brother mentioned about Elder Ariah getting that breakdown of the tribes and everything. Fuck you niggas, man. You stupid, dumbass, comforted niggas, man. You try to roll up on which the Spirit of the Lord was on them brothers down there in Philly, and they slayed you, dumb, stupid. And you gonna talk about somebody being young. You niggas is young, man. Yeah. You little young. You don't know what the fuck. You just a parrot. You just mocking what you heard them dumb, stupid ass niggas say, man. Where the hell are you guys, man? Where the hell is a G.I. Jose or Fat Jose or whatever the fuck that fat piece of Puerto Rican shit is at, man? Where the fuck you at, man? You made a proclamation that we wasn't gonna be out here teaching. Yeah, we still out here teaching. But that was almost 4 or 5 years ago. Where the hell is the discomfort at? Where's this new videos and breakdowns and revelations? You being found out. There's a lot of guys that broke off from you. All right, and you dumb, stupid ass nigga. You don't know nothing about how that thing got started. Talk about we ain't still nothing. First of all, we always acknowledge in as many videos, and we still acknowledge Ariah as being a man of the Lord, and we always acknowledge we was in his classes. All right, so we didn't steal nothing, man. We gave credit to where credit due, and furthermore, that's not Ariah's breakdown. That's the Lord's breakdown. He gave it to him. All right, which goes back into the scriptures in the book of Ezekiel 37, Genesis 49, so forth and so on. So the Lord said, freely as you have received, freely you give. All right, there's no patent on the 12 tribes. You dumb, stupid ass niggas, man. That was just a quick footnote. Salaki, man.
No, I just wanted to say that. No, that was good. I just wanted to say this.
Stupid ass niggas.
I just wanted to say this, that we have seen sightings of comfies, discomfites walking around, all right, in droves of two, all right, and they're going house to house, and they ain't no different than the Jehovah wickedness, going around trying to gain disciples unto themselves, okay, and they're targeting young Jakes because they don't know no better, all right. And the reason why they're doing that is because people are leaving discomforters, what would you call that compound? That nest of vipers.
That harborage.
That harborage, as the Elder Tazan once said, that nest of vipers alone. People are leaving, man. People are leaving in droves.
Yeah.
You see? Now, we have seen these sightings. And you know what? And we leave them alone because the Lord ain't with them.
Right.
And we leave them alone. It ain't like we're going to just go, hey, yo, where y'all niggas are? You know what I'm saying? We leave them alone because, first of all, the Lord, that's right, like the Elder Manatak said, if any man be unjust, let them be unjust still.
That's right. I mean, and there's a whole lot we could say about that, but you know what? In the interest of time, we want to get through this because we want to give you brothers some more information. So I want you to finish that, and then we're going to get some more of that information.
Right. It says, and in that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Right. So the Lord said he will build it as in the days of old, and that's what's happening right now. It's like the Lord is taking all the tribes and bringing them back together and separating the differences between all the tribes. Was that it on that, brother?
Well, no, that's the main point.
Okay.
All right, I just had Ephesians, the second chapter, to wrap all that up. Okay, this is Ephesians, the second chapter, and starting at the 11th verse, I'll read fast. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, trying to say they were righteous and following the law to the T and all that, and they wasn't. They were hypocrites. That at that time you were without Yahushua, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. Right, the word aliens means stranger, meaning that the tribes that were scattered throughout all the other nations, they forgot the customs of Israel. Some of them knew they were Israel, some of them didn't. They became strangers to the laws and all that. So they started walking according to the ways of the actual heathen. And strangers from the covenants of promise. They forgot the law, you see. Having no hope because they didn't know about the Most High. They didn't know about Yahushua. They didn't know about the commandments. They didn't know about a kingdom of heaven coming to them where they're going to put down all nations beneath their feet, and that their Lord was going to come and put all nations beneath his feet. They didn't know about that. No hope, right?
That hope was gone.
Right, the hope was gone, man. And without the Most High in the world. But now in Yahushua, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahushua. And you know what? At the end, we all became that. We all became far off. And then only the elect was made nigh unto Yahushua.
You know what? Because when in this time around, nobody knew that they were Israelite. Nobody woke up. Nobody was born into this thing. The only one that can say they was born into knowing that they was an Israelite was Ariah at that time. Because everybody else, when they woke up to what? Thinking they were black, West Indian, African American, Haitian, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican, Seminole Indian, North American Indian. So that's the mentality that all of our people had. We all had the mentality of a Gentile. We didn't know who we were. But the Lord sent his men, beginning with Abba Bivens, who is Elijah the prophet, for those who have ears to hear, and he turned the hearts of the fathers back unto the children, and vice versa. And before he passed away, he was teaching that the so-called Negroes and the West Indians and the Puerto Ricans and so on and so forth were Israelites. You know, but he just didn't know what tribe each one of them belonged to. Then the Spirit, he chose two men, which was King Masha and Elder Ariah, out of all the other men that was coming. Of course, Elder Yaiqua was there, and he basically said that the Spirit of the Lord of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai guided him to choose those men to continue on the legacy. And after his death,